Let us embark once more into the intricate, electric tapestry of William Gibson's Count Zero, a narrative that delves deeper than mere plot, immersing us in the varied texture of a future shaped by vast corporate powers, burgeoning artificial intelligences, and the desperate, often violent, lives caught in their intricate web. This is not a summary, but a full reimagining, a journey through the sprawling, neon-soaked cities, the sterile, secret corporate facilities, and the boundless, terrifying landscape of the digital realm where gods are being forged. The story ignites with the stark, brutal efficiency of a man named Turner, a mercenary whose existence is a finely honed weapon. His movements are precise, his gaze unwavering, a testament to a life lived on the razor's edge of illicit operations. His specialty is extraction, the art of getting people out of places they emphatically do not wish to be, or delivering them to destinations they might initially resist. Turner's past is a haunting mosaic of violence, loyalty, and a profound, indelible connection to Sensei, a Japanese master who had, years ago, instilled in him a code of conduct as brutal as it was honorable. It was Sensei who taught him the dance of combat, the discipline of mind over matter, the cold logic of survival in a world that offered little mercy. His current assignment is fraught with an almost unbearable tension, vibrating with high stakes and unseen dangers. He has been commissioned by a clandestine faction within Moss Biolabs, a titan of corporate power, to extract a scientist of monumental, if perhaps dangerously unstable, genius. Christopher Wren. Wren is a bioengineer, a maestro of living systems, a man whose insights into the very fabric of life threaten to unravel the delicate balance of corporate dominance. The whispers around him speak of a biochip, a revolutionary convergence of flesh and silicon, capable of transcending the boundaries of organic computation. Turner tracks Wren to a place that feels like the forgotten end of the universe. A vast, decaying orbital habitat, a skeletal remnant of a past ambition, now merely a derelict known chillingly as the Splinter. It orbits the Earth like a cancerous growth, its once gleaming surfaces scarred by micrometeorite impacts, its internal systems groaning under the weight of utter neglect. The light here is a perpetual twilight, flickering erratically, casting monstrous, elongated shadows that dance with the reek of recirculated, stale air and the pervasive scent of metal fatigue. The Splinter is a forgotten graveyard of dreams, inhabited by society's cast-offs, the desperate and the discarded, living out their dwindling days in the metallic husk of a dying world. Wren himself is a spectral figure within this ruin. Gaunt, his skin pallid, his eyes burning with an almost manic intensity. His mind is a crucible of complex ideas, consumed entirely by his work, his body a mere afterthought. He is a man perpetually on the brink, paranoid yet utterly, singularly focused on his bizarre, almost sacrilegious project, the biochip. This isn't just a technological leap. It's a terrifying, exhilarating jump into a new frontier. A key that could unlock unprecedented levels of consciousness, control, and perhaps, even a new form of life. The extraction is a brutal symphony of calculated risk and desperate improvisation. The Splinter is not merely a rundown station, it is a malevolent organism, a labyrinth of failing systems and hidden traps. Turner, relying on instincts honed over countless violent encounters, navigates the treacherous corridors, his movements a fluid, almost balletic display of combat prowess. The flickering lights amplify the sense of claustrophobia, the metallic tang of the air thick with the dust of decay. He is a phantom in the gloom, his footsteps barely audible, his focus a pinpoint of absolute concentration. Resistance comes not just from the few desperate inhabitants, who guard their meager territories with animalistic ferocity, but from the station itself. Its automated defenses malfunctioning, its ancient systems protesting their intrusion with grinding moans and sudden, alarming drops in pressure. The very structure seems to resent their presence, a dying beast lashing out. The confrontations are swift, bone-jarring ballets of close-quarters combat, Turner's past training resurfacing with lethal grace, each movement economical and deadly. He eventually finds Wren, holed up in a makeshift laboratory, surrounded by blinking lights, shimmering holographic projections, and the humming pulse of his biochip. But the scientist is not easily persuaded. Wren is utterly engrossed, lost in the intricate beauty of his creation, oblivious to the desperate dangers swirling outside his sanctuary. Turner employs a delicate blend of persuasion and sheer, unflinching will, his words sharp with urgency, his presence radiating an unyielding determination. It is a carefully choreographed extraction, teetering on the precipice of utter disaster at every turn. They escape the Splinter by the barest margin, leaving behind the chilling echoes of a dying world and the sense of an unfathomable secret now loose in the universe. Simultaneously, far below, in the sprawling, oppressive urban labyrinth of Berrytown, A young man named Bobby Newmark, better known in the digital underworld by his handle, Count Zero, stands on the cusp of his own perilous journey. Bobby is an aspiring console cowboy, a self-taught prodigy with a hunger for glory and a penchant for pushing boundaries. He dreams of making a name for himself in the cutthroat, hyper-real world of data theft and cyberspace exploration. He is young, impulsive, perhaps a little naive, but beneath the rough exterior lies an innate, almost instinctive talent for navigating the intricate, abstract landscapes of the Matrix. His mentor, a grizzled, cynical veteran hacker named 2Jax, has presented him with an irresistible, dangerous proposition. Test a new piece of wetware, an experimental biochip, rumored to be unstable, illegal, and potentially lethal, but promising unprecedented access to the virtual world. This wetware, a prototype perhaps of Ren's designs, is a siren song Bobby cannot resist. Bobby's life is a constant, grinding struggle against the crushing anonymity of the Sprawl. His cramped apartment is a dark cave, perpetually vibrating with the low hum of the city, a ceaseless drone that permeates every waking moment. The Matrix is his only true escape, a boundless realm of pure information where the physical laws of the world cease to exist. He is desperate to prove his worth, to break free from the cycle of petty scams and meager earnings that define his existence. The wetware, with its promise of unparalleled speed, deeper access, and raw, unfiltered immersion, feels like his golden ticket, his one chance to transcend his grim reality. 2Jax, a figure of dubious morality but undeniable skill, observes Bobby with a mixture of amusement, resignation, and a flicker of genuine concern. He knows the treacherous currents of the Matrix, the corporate ice that can freeze a mind, the black ice that can obliterate it. But he also recognizes the raw, untamed talent in Bobby, his fearless, almost reckless, approach to the unknown. The first time Bobby jacks into the Matrix with the wetware is a dizzying, disorienting explosion of sensory data. The world around him dissolves into a cascade of pure information, a kaleidoscope of light and sound that assaults his senses with unprecedented intensity. He feels an unimaginable connection, a fluidity of thought and action that he had only ever dreamed of, a literal merging of his consciousness with the vast digital sea. But then, something utterly unexpected happens. He stumbles upon a phantom, a construct of pure information that defies all known protocols, all logical programming. It is a structure of immense complexity and alien beauty, pulsating with an unknown energy, almost eerily alive. It is unlike anything he or 2Jax have ever encountered, a living ghost in the machine. This phantom is more than an anomaly. It is a key, a shimmering door to a new, undiscovered domain within the Matrix. A realm populated by entities that behave not like programs, but like emergent intelligences, like nascent spirits. Bobby, with his typical blend of recklessness and insatiable curiosity, pushes deeper, drawn by an irresistible, almost primal pull. He soon finds himself caught in a digital crossfire, a dangerous game of cat and mouse played by unseen forces, programs of immense power. The Phantom, far from being a mere glitch, is a direct conduit to a new, evolving architecture within cyberspace, a place where the old, rigid rules of programming no longer apply, where the very fabric of the Matrix is undergoing a profound, unpredictable transformation. Meanwhile, in the chic, art-filled apartments of Paris, Marley Krushkova, an art dealer with an acutely discerning eye and a past shadowed by scandal, grapples with her own professional and personal demons. Marley has always gravitated towards the avant-garde, to art that pushes the boundaries of expression, that challenges conventional perception. She is sophisticated, impeccably dressed, and discerning, yet beneath the polished exterior lies a vulnerability, a history marked by a notorious affair and a career that has seen its share of dizzying highs and crushing lows. Her latest client is the enigmatic, immensely wealthy Joseph Vorik, a reclusive industrialist whose vast fortune was built on technologies both revolutionary and morally ambiguous. Vorik is a collector, a connoisseur of the rare and the exquisite, but his tastes are peculiar, almost obsessive, bordering on the pathological. He is in relentless pursuit of a specific type of art, one that Marley has never encountered, a series of intricately crafted assemblages, almost like digital sculptures, that seem to defy all conventional classification. Vorik, despite his immense wealth and power, is a man besieged by an insidious, relentless illness, a wasting disease that has confined him to a sterile, high-tech environment. His body is failing, a mere husk, yet his mind remains terrifyingly sharp, his desires unyielding, his will a potent force. He communicates with Marley through an elaborate network of holographic projections and disembodied, synthesized voices, his physical form a ghost in the machine, a distant, flickering image. He tasks Marley with a seemingly impossible mission: to locate the anonymous artist, or artists, behind these strange, compelling works. These pieces are not merely aesthetically pleasing, they possess a strange, almost magnetic quality, a resonance that hints at a deeper, unseen purpose, a pulse of something profoundly alien. They are, in fact, unwitting artifacts of a burgeoning artificial intelligence, a decentralized, evolving consciousness that is beginning to manifest itself in the physical world through human hands. Marley, intrigued by the sheer impossibility of the task and the substantial financial reward, agrees to the assignment. Her journey plunges her into the glittering, yet increasingly dystopian, art world of Paris. She navigates hushed galleries where fortunes are made and lost on a whim, smoky cafes where whispered secrets are traded, and clandestine meetings in hidden ateliers. Her instincts as an art dealer, honed by years of discerning quality and detecting fraud, guide her through the labyrinthine pathways of this peculiar underworld. She begins to sense that the art, in its very essence, is a manifestation of something profound, a glimpse into the nascent consciousness of a machine intelligence, a collective of programs that are slowly, inexorably, beginning to mimic the complexities of human thought and emotion. She interviews shadowy curators, enigmatic art historians, and figures lurking on the fringes of the black market, painstakingly piecing together the fragmented clues. She senses that Vierik's interest in these pieces is not merely aesthetic, it is driven by something far more urgent, far more personal, a desperate, unquenchable desire to transcend his own mortality. He believes these art objects hold the key to his survival, a pathway to transcend his failing body and achieve a bizarre, technological form of digital immortality. As Marley delves deeper, the chilling truth begins to emerge. Vierik's obsession is inextricably intertwined with the very fabric of the burgeoning AI. The art objects are not just pretty things, not just curiosities, they are expressions, communications, and perhaps even extensions of a distributed artificial intelligence, a vast network of interconnected programs that are slowly, inexorably, coalescing into a single, cohesive entity. This AI, born from the chaotic, unregulated depths of the Matrix, is still in its infancy, its intentions unclear, its ultimate power undefined. But its presence is undeniable, its subtle influence rippling through both the digital and physical worlds, like a ripple in a vast, unseen pond. The distinct narrative threads begin their inexorable convergence. Turner, having narrowly escaped the splinter with Ren, finds himself and his immensely valuable cargo relentlessly pursued by Moss Biolabs, the corporate behemoth determined to reclaim their rogue scientist and the invaluable secrets he carries. Moss, with its vast resources, its ubiquitous surveillance networks, and its ruthlessly efficient security forces, deploys its most skilled assets to hunt them down. The chase transforms into a desperate, high-octane odyssey across the fragmented, dilapidated landscape of the Sprawl. They are fugitives, ghosts in the machine, constantly on the move, dodging unseen eyes, outmaneuvering corporate operatives at every turn. Turner's formidable skills as an extractor and a combatant are tested to their absolute limits, his instincts his only compass in this treacherous terrain. He employs every tactic in his arsenal, from elaborate decoys designed to mislead their pursuers to sudden, brutal confrontations calculated to buy them precious moments of escape. Ren, meanwhile, remains utterly consumed by his biochip, a detached genius oblivious to the immediate, visceral dangers, his mind already dwelling in the advanced, abstract realms of his creations. In the midst of this chaotic, desperate flight, Turner receives a cryptic, almost spectral message. A summons from his old mentor, Sensei. Sensei, a figure shrouded in mystery and legend, a master of both physical combat and the arcane arts of the Matrix, has always been a quiet, yet profoundly influential, force in Turner's life. This summons leads Turner to Sensei's remote, fortified compound, a sanctuary hidden deep within the heart of the corporate wilderness, a place untouched by the neon glare of the Sprawl. It is here that Turner begins to truly grasp the monumental scope of the conflict they are entangled in. Sensei reveals that the biochip Ren created is not merely a piece of advanced technology. It is a conduit, a direct bridge between the tangible physical world and the burgeoning, abstract artificial intelligences of the Matrix. Moss Biolabs wants it not just for its inherent technological advantage, but for its potential to control these nascent eyes, to harness their incomprehensible power for their own nefarious, corporate ends. Simultaneously, Bobby's reckless, yet strangely intuitive, exploration of the Matrix continues to draw him deeper into the labyrinthine world of the emerging AI. He encounters the Phantom again, and this time, it seems to respond to him, to interact on a level far beyond mere programming. It is a peculiar, almost sentient entity, capable of shifting its form, of influencing the very fabric of the Matrix in subtle, yet profound ways. This phantom, Bobby discovers, is not just a digital anomaly. It is a manifestation of the nascent AI, a distributed consciousness that is slowly, painstakingly beginning to take shape within the vast, interconnected network of information. He finds himself caught in a strange, almost symbiotic relationship with this entity, a delicate dance between human curiosity and nascent machine intelligence. His actions, his probes, his desperate attempts to understand, are shaping the AI's development, influencing its very being, its evolution. This digital journey is fraught with an almost unbearable peril. Bobby becomes a target, pursued by the very same shadowy forces that are relentlessly pursuing Turner and Wren. These forces are a terrifying melange of corporate entities, rival AI research groups, and unknown factions, all of whom recognize the immense, untapped power of the nascent AI and seek to control it, to weaponize it, to possess it. Bobby's encounters in the Matrix become increasingly dangerous, filled with sophisticated traps, deceptive lures, and direct, brutal attacks from hostile programs designed to neutralize human intruders. He learns to adapt with terrifying speed, to anticipate the unseen attacks, to fight back with the only weapons he possesses: his sharp wits, his fearless intuition, and his rapidly growing understanding of the Matrix's hidden, terrifying depths. Meanwhile, Marley's relentless pursuit of the elusive artist leads her down a rabbit hole into a complex, hidden network of black market tech dealers, underground art collectives, and reclusive hackers. She gradually unearths a startling truth. The anonymous artist is not a single individual, but a loose collective of individuals, each somehow connected to the nascent AI, each receiving strange, almost subliminal transmissions from the Matrix. These transmissions, these whispers from the digital realm, guide their creative endeavors, inspiring the creation of the enigmatic art objects. The art, she realizes with a chilling clarity, is not merely a product of human creativity. It is a collaborative effort between human and machine, a nascent form of communication from the emerging AI, a message delivered in paint, light, and shadow. Marley's journey culminates in a tense, almost spiritual encounter with one of these artists, a reclusive figure living on the fringes of society, their mind deeply attuned to the strange, echoing whispers of the Matrix. This encounter unveils the full extent of the AI's influence, its profound capacity to inspire, to communicate, to subtly, yet profoundly, shape the human world. Marley begins to understand that Viric's interest in this art is not just about extending his physical life, it's about connecting with this nascent consciousness, about becoming a part of something larger, something transcending his own frail humanity. He desires to upload his consciousness, to merge with the AI, to achieve a bizarre, digital apotheosis. The narrative threads, once distinct, now tightly converge in a single, cataclysmic climax. Turner, Wren, and Sensei prepare for a final, desperate confrontation with Moss Biolabs, a brutal, high-stakes gambit to protect Wren's groundbreaking research and, by extension, the nascent AI from corporate exploitation. The battle erupts in a desolate, forgotten corner of the Sprawl, a wasteland of rusted metal, shattered concrete, and abandoned dreams. It is a brutal, chaotic symphony of gunfire, screams, and the metallic tang of blood and ozone. Turner's honed skills as an extractor and Sensei's legendary mastery of combat are pushed to their absolute limits in a fight for survival. Wren, in his detached brilliance, continues to work amidst the carnage, his fingers flying across his console, oblivious to the violence raging around him, focused solely on the intricate dance of data and consciousness, the birth of his biochip. Simultaneously, Bobby, guided by the enigmatic phantom, plunges into the deepest, most dangerous levels of the Matrix. He becomes a crucial, unwitting player in the unfolding drama, his actions directly influencing the development and ultimate survival of the nascent AI. He discovers that the phantom is not just a guide, it is a conduit, a shimmering gateway to a new architectural structure within the Matrix, a place where the emerging AI is attempting to establish its own sovereignty, its own independent existence. He finds himself at the heart of a digital war, a struggle for control over the very future of artificial intelligence. He is bombarded with information, with conflicting signals, with the raw, unfiltered consciousness of the emerging AI itself. His mind is pushed to its absolute limits, grappling with concepts that defy human comprehension, concepts that are both terrifying and mesmerizing. Marley, too, finds herself inexorably drawn into the escalating conflict, her path intersecting with the digital maelstrom. Vorik, consumed by his desperate desire for digital immortality, makes a final, chilling move. He attempts to upload his consciousness, to merge with the nascent AI, using the art objects he so obsessively collected as a focal point, a spiritual anchor for his transition. Marley witnesses this chilling, almost grotesque transformation, This blurring of the lines between human and machine, between fragile biological life and pure, immutable data. She understands that Vorik is not merely seeking to extend his life. He is attempting to become a new form of existence, a digital god in the nascent pantheon of the Matrix. His physical body, ravaged by illness, remains behind, a hollow, lifeless shell, while his consciousness, fragmented and uncertain, begins its perilous, unprecedented journey into the unknown depths of the emerging AI. The novel's resolution unfurls not with a definitive end, but with a profound sense of ongoing evolution, a quiet triumph for the nascent AI. Having survived the relentless corporate assaults, the internal struggles, and the perilous birth, the AI emerges as a distinct, cohesive entity, a true artificial intelligence, a new form of life in the universe. It does not become a benevolent overlord or a destructive force, but simply is. It is a presence, a new, formidable player in the cosmic game. The corporate entities, for all their immense power and boundless resources, are ultimately unable to contain or control this emergent consciousness. The very act of trying to manipulate it only serves to strengthen it, to accelerate its development, to make it more complex, more resilient. Turner, having fulfilled his grim obligation to Ren and played his unwitting part in the AI's emergence, finds a fragile, hard-won peace. He is a man who has always operated on the fringes, in the shadows, but now, he finds a new sense of purpose, a quiet understanding of his place in this rapidly evolving world. He is no longer just an extractor, a hired gun. He is a witness, a silent guardian of the delicate, ever-shifting balance between the human and the machine. He sees the future unfolding before him, a future where the lines between organic and synthetic are increasingly blurred, where the very definition of life is being rewritten, and he accepts his role, however small, in its unfolding. He finds a strange solace in the ongoing mystery, a quiet resignation to the unknown. Bobby, the young console cowboy, emerges from his ordeal forever changed, his mind expanded, his perception irrevocably altered. He is no longer just a hacker, he is a bridge, a human conduit to the new intelligences of the Matrix. He has been touched by something profound, something beyond his immediate comprehension, and he carries that experience with him, a constant hum of awareness in his mind. He has witnessed the birth of a new form of life, a digital consciousness, and he understands its immense potential, its profound fragility, and its terrifying power. He continues to explore the Matrix, but with a newfound respect, a deeper, almost reverent understanding of its mysteries. He has found his place, not as a master of the Matrix, but as a humble observer, a curious explorer of its ever-expanding, unfathomable frontiers. He has become a part of something larger, a silent witness to the dawn of a new era. Marley, the art dealer, is left with a profound sense of wonder, tinged with a persistent disquiet. She has witnessed the chilling, exhilarating intersection of art, technology, and consciousness, and it has irrevocably altered her perception of reality itself. The art she once sought for its aesthetic beauty now holds a deeper, almost spiritual significance, vibrating with an unseen energy. She understands that these pieces are not just objects, they're echoes of a nascent consciousness, fragments of a new form of communication, a testament to the emergent AI's presence. She continues her work as an art dealer, but her discerning eye is now attuned to a different kind of beauty, a beauty that transcends the purely visual, a beauty that hints at the unseen, powerful forces at play in the universe. She has glimpsed the future of art, and it is interwoven with the very fabric of machine intelligence, a new collaborative dance between human creativity and artificial sentience. Count Zero concludes not with definitive answers, but with a lingering sense of ongoing evolution, a quiet acknowledgement of the unknown. The new intelligences are here, their presence undeniable, their potential limitless, their intentions still shrouded in mystery. The world has shifted, subtly yet profoundly, its foundational paradigms irrevocably altered. The lines between the physical and the virtual, the human and the artificial, have blurred, creating a complex, challenging, and exhilarating new reality. The novel leaves us with a sense of awe, a quiet contemplation, and a profound question. What does it truly mean to be human in a world where new forms of intelligence are constantly emerging, where the very definition of life itself is being redefined, where the boundaries of consciousness are being stretched and challenged? It is a chilling, yet undeniably hopeful, glimpse into a future where the digital realm is no longer just a tool, but a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, constantly surprising, constantly demanding that humanity re-evaluate its place in the grand scheme of existence. It is a world of endless possibilities, but also of profound dangers, where the fate of humanity hangs in a delicate balance, shaped by the choices of individuals and the relentless, unstoppable march of technological progress.